Bitcoin transactions are created. Suppose Jane wants to send 10 Bitcoins to Alice. Jane will use wallet service provided by CodiesAlert that can create Jane's transaction and broadcast it to the network for confirmation. What happens after Jane clicks on the send button? Well, behind the scene, wallet provider will check Jane's total balance in her wallet. Question is, how does service provider check Jane's balance? Remember, all the transactions are recorded on blockchain. Service provider has complete list of transactions that Jane has ever sent or received from others. Transactions received from others are called UTXO, which means these are unspent transactions or the current balance in Jane's wallet. For example, Jane has 4 UTXO in her wallet. Since Jane is trying to send 10 Bitcoins to Alice, wallet provider will check the balance on first transaction. If balance is greater than 10, then this transaction will be used as input. Else wallet provider will read the second transaction and check the combined balance of transaction 1 and transaction 2. If balance is greater than the total amount Jane is trying to send, provider will use these 2 transactions as input to prepare the transaction. Wallet provider will sign these 2 transactions with Jane's private key. You might have noticed the second transaction where Jane is sending herself 0.90 Bitcoin. Since we only need to send 10 Bitcoins to Alice, and our input total is 11 Bitcoins. So we are sending change of 0.90 Bitcoin back to Jane. You might ask, if that is the case, then Jane should be sending herself 1 Bitcoin instead of 0.90. You are right, but Jane has to pay 0.10 Bitcoins to miner and a fee to validate and include her transaction in a block. 0.10 fee is not fixed, we have just used it as an example. Since miners are keeping blockchain secure by contributing with their computational power, this fee is their incentive to keep the network up and running. One important point to note, if you do not create change transaction of 0.90 Bitcoins to Jane, miner will get 1 Bitcoin in fee. Miner collects fee based on total input minus output. You don't want to pay a huge fee to miner, so change transaction to yourself is very important. Now we have our unique transaction ID created for our transaction. Service provider will broadcast this transaction to Bitcoin network. Mining nodes are always listening for transactions. Mining node verifies the transaction and send it to the neighboring node. Neighboring node verifies the transaction and send it to its neighboring node. In this way, ultimately every node in Bitcoin network will have Jane's transaction. Now mining nodes will include Jane's transaction in current block and they will start solving the cryptographic puzzle. It is not necessary that all nodes will include Jane's transaction in their block for mining, because every node has transactions in different order. Miners can choose different set of transactions while creating a block. Let's assume one of the miner in network who has added Jane's transaction in current block has solved the puzzle. He will let the other nodes know that he has won the competition. Node will send the mined block to other nodes. Nodes will remove the transactions that have already been included in current block and put rest of the transactions back in memory pool. Other nodes will discard their own blocks since they could not solve the problem. Nodes will verify the block independently and attach the received block in chain if everything is okay. Now Jane's transaction is confirmed. Alice will get the notification in her wallet stating that she has received the Bitcoins from Jane. Now, all the nodes in Bitcoin network will remove the first 2 transactions from unspent list because Jane just used them. And they will add new transaction of 0.90 Bitcoin in the list that Jane sent to herself as a change in previous transaction. Jane's current balance is 19.90 Bitcoins after sending 10 Bitcoins to Alice and 0.10 Bitcoins in fee to miner. Every node in network have Jane's updated balance. That's it for this video. Comment below and let us know if you have any questions. Let us know in the comment section below on what topic you would like us to make new video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for new video on blockchain every Thursday.